Have you ever imagined a world without the internet? Pause for a moment and let that sink in. A world with no emails, no social media, no online shopping, no streaming services. It's a daunting prospect, isn't it? Almost unthinkable, but let's entertain this hypothetical scenario for a bit. Imagine waking up one day and finding that the internet has vanished. Gone. Poof, just like that. There are no more instant messages, no more funny cat videos, no more online news updates. All those digital conveniences we've grown so accustomed to disappeared in an instant. It's a scenario that might sound like a plot from a dystopian novel, yet it's an interesting premise to examine. In this fast-paced digital age, the internet has become an integral part of our lives. It's changed the way we work, the way we learn, the way we connect with others. We rely on it for so much. From the moment we wake up, checking our emails or social media feeds, to the moment we go to bed, perhaps watching a show or movie online, the internet is a constant companion. It's reshaped our world in ways we could never have imagined a few decades ago. But what if it all went away? What if one day the internet just stopped? Would it be a blessing or a curse? Would we be better off, or would it plunge us into chaos? It's an intriguing question. In this discussion, we'll peel back the layers of this hypothetical scenario, examining what life might look like in a world without the internet. We'll explore the potential benefits and drawbacks, the opportunities and challenges, the winners and losers in this alternate reality. So let's dive into this alternate reality and explore the consequences, both positive and negative, of a life without the internet. In a world without Wi-Fi signals and data plans, some aspects of life could actually improve. Imagine this: the hustle and bustle of everyday life, but with a more human touch. The absence of the internet would encourage increased face-to-face interaction. We would be more present in our conversations, more attuned to the nuances of human expression, and perhaps even more understanding of one another. Picture yourself at a cafe, actually enjoying your coffee in the company of others rather than being engrossed in the latest social media drama. We would be more grounded and focused on our immediate surroundings. The constant urge to document everything for an online audience would dwindle, and we could fully immerse ourselves in the beauty of the moment. With the reduction in the use of the internet, we would also see a decrease in cybercrime. Internet scams, identity theft, cyberbullying. These terms would gradually become obsolete. We'd live in a world where the privacy of our information was less of a concern, providing a peace of mind that seems elusive in our current digital age. Moreover, the absence of the internet could provoke a revival of traditional methods of communication. Remember writing letters? The thrill of receiving a handwritten note in the mail? The joy of flipping through the pages of a book instead of scrolling through an e-book? These forgotten pleasures could come back into our lives, adding a touch of nostalgia and authenticity that's often missing in our high-speed online world. However, this isn't to say that a life without the internet would be a utopia. There would be challenges, of course. The speed and convenience the internet offers is unparalleled. We have grown accustomed to having information at our fingertips, to being constantly connected with people across the globe. Giving that up would be a significant adjustment. The absence of the internet could potentially lead us back to a simpler time, but it would not come without its own set of challenges. As we navigate this hypothetical scenario, we must remember that balance is key. A blend of the old and the new, the digital and the physical, the fast and the slow. However, the absence of the internet would also bring about significant challenges and difficulties. Let's start with global communication. The internet has made the world a smaller place, connecting us with people thousands of miles away at the click of a button. Without it, we'd see a dramatic slowdown in communication. Emails would be replaced with letters, video calls with phone calls, and instant messaging with, well, not so instant messaging. The speed and efficiency we're used to would evaporate, making it harder for people to stay connected. Then there's the impact on business operations. Today, most businesses are heavily reliant on the internet, from online sales to cloud-based applications. Without the internet, businesses would have to revert back to traditional means of operation. This could lead to a slowdown in productivity, increased operational costs, and a potential decrease in customer base. The global economy would take a significant hit, and the process of recovery could be slow and challenging. And what about access to information? The internet is a vast repository of knowledge, providing us with instant access to information on just about anything. Without it, we'd lose this wealth of information at our fingertips. We'd have to go back to libraries, books, and other physical sources of information. This would not only slow down the pace of learning, but also limit our ability to innovate and progress. Finally, the overall pace of life would change drastically. We live in an era of instant gratification, largely thanks to the internet. We're used to getting things quickly and efficiently, whether it's ordering food, hailing a cab, or streaming a movie. Without the internet, we'd have to return to a slower pace of life, which could be a difficult adjustment for many. The absence of the internet would force us to rethink and restructure many aspects of our lives. From how we communicate and do business, to how we access information and live our daily lives, the impact would be profound and far-reaching. So while the internet may have its downsides, it's clear that its absence would present significant challenges that we'd have to overcome. Like everything in life, the absence of the internet would bring about a balance of good and bad. Just as a coin has two sides, the hypothetical situation of life without the internet presents a twofold perspective. On one side, we have the positive outcomes we've discussed: a return to simpler times, the resurgence of traditional communication, and a possible decrease in our reliance on technology. But on the flip side, we'd be grappling with the negative consequences: a slowdown in global communication, a potential setback in technological advancement, and a significant impact on our daily conveniences. This balance is not a simple weighing of pros and cons, but rather a reflection of the intricate web of cause and effect that permeates our society. The absence of the internet would undoubtedly force us to adapt and evolve. We'd have to relearn old skills and develop new ones. We'd have to find new ways to communicate, to work, to entertain ourselves. It's a daunting prospect, but also a fascinating one. Imagine a world where we're not constantly bombarded with notifications, where we have the time to truly engage with the people and the world around us. At the same time, imagine the challenges of not having instant access to information or the ability to connect with someone on the other side of the world in an instant. It's a delicate balance, one that highlights both our dependence on the internet and our ability to adapt and thrive in its absence. We're a resilient species. We've faced and overcome countless challenges throughout history. The absence of the internet, while a significant hurdle, is one that we could overcome. We'd find new ways to connect, to share information, to entertain ourselves, and to work. We'd adapt, we'd evolve, and we'd continue to move forward. But let's not forget the benefits that the internet has brought us. It's transformed our world in countless ways, and while it has its drawbacks, its benefits cannot be overlooked. The internet is a tool, and like any tool, its value depends on how we use it. While the internet has its drawbacks, its benefits cannot be overlooked. So what would life truly be like without the internet? Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've explored today. We started by posing an unthinkable hypothetical, a world devoid of the internet, a concept so foreign and bizarre to most of us. We then journeyed through the potential positive outcomes, imagining a life of deeper, more tangible connections, and a resurgence of traditional methods of communication. We visualized a world where the constant barrage of information would cease, allowing for more focused thought and perhaps even a slower, more deliberate pace of life. We conjured images of children playing outside, of people reading physical books, of handwritten letters and face-to-face conversations. But then, we also considered the negative consequences: the loss of instant global communication, the disappearance of vast sources of knowledge and information, the end of online businesses, and the potential for increased isolation for those who rely on the internet for social interaction. We acknowledged the difficulties that would arise in a world that has become so heavily reliant on the internet for everything from education to entertainment, from business to basic communication. We then weighed these outcomes against each other, seeking a balance. We recognized that as much as the internet has brought us together, it has also driven us apart. As much as it has opened up a world of information, it has also created a world of distraction. As much as it has provided opportunities for business and education, it has also created dependencies that could be crippling in its absence. So, where does that leave us? It leaves us with an appreciation for the tool that the internet is, a tool that can be used for good or ill, depending on the hands that wield it. The internet, like any tool, is as beneficial or detrimental as its user allows it to be. Its absence would change our lives dramatically, but humans have always been remarkable in their ability to adapt and evolve. We would find ways to move forward, to connect, to learn, and to grow, because that is what we do. That is who we are.